it's all shifted towards almost like toolless tuning.
Yeah.
Not so much toolless, but there's not as much required in order to tune these bows. That's honestly less effort at this point.
Yeah, 100%. And essentially it should make it easier for the end user. But at the same time, if you don't know what you're doing, you can mess up a bow real quick.
You can make a massive mess.
So it can be kind of a hand in hand for both for companies.
It can. And I think it's great for shops too, right? Like it really cuts down like the process. You know, people don't got to wait as long in order to get their bow tuned and set up specifically for them. Like when it comes to shimming a bow, right? Whenever you have to break a bow down completely, pull the axles out, pull the cams out, put a shim on, try to hold the shim.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a process in itself. And as a shop, it just really takes some time. And then if you're somebody at your house that does your own tuning, let's say you have the capability, again, it's just very intricate.
Yep.
So that's the big changes that I think we've seen. And I think one of the big ones is Hoyt this year, right? The XTS Tuning System. It seems like it's going to be a really good system. We haven't played with it a whole lot, but it's a massive change to the Hoyt lineup, I think. And it really, I think it's a fantastic upgrade. Is it an upgrade enough to justify going from an RX9 to an RX10 though? Or an AX2 to an AX3 in your opinion?
I mean, with the new tunability, I would say yes.
Yeah.
It's going to make it so much easier for you to get those micro tears out if you need to, micro tuning. So I think it will be a great system. And, you know, with Hoyt, they do extensive testing with their dry fire testing and all that. So it should be a robust system that should last as well.
Yeah, I agree. They're usually, and that's one of the things we were talking about last year. They're like late to the party, right? Like as far as tuning goes, but like you nailed it perfectly. They make sure that they put everything through the ringer and they're not going to jeopardize something that's going to fail, right? If they don't put it to the test. Like you said, 1,500 dry fires on their bows before it comes to production and goes to the end user. It's got to go through those rigorous tests in order for them to put it and bring it to market. And so there's no question in my mind it's going to be a great system. The thing about it that's interesting, though, is with the XTS system is you can still shim the bow.
Correct.
Right? So the XTS system is more for what they say you're micro tuning. So right out of the gate, when you obviously the bow's got to be set up correctly. Everything's got to be level. The bow's got to be timed, tuned, and whatnot. But once it's set up correctly and you shoot that arrow and it goes through paper, if it's greater than an inch, they still recommend you shimming the bow.
Right.
But if it's within that inch, you should technically be able to take out all the tuning issues within the XTS system.
Right. I was playing with it yesterday and I'm still trying to figure it out, but it seems like it's a nice system. It should work really well with what you're talking about. I was almost thinking like if you have a 1/2 inch tear, I'd still almost shim the bow personally. And then that way you can still just kind of micro tune as you need. So I think it'd be a great system though.
That makes sense. They're saying most people should not have to shim the bow now, which
hopefully, yeah,
we'll find out as we get more shooters on the Hoyt bows. But Hoyt has been super popular this year already.
It has, yeah.
Honestly, more so than what I thought it was going to be, because I figured, it's not a whole new riser design. It's not a whole new cam design. Right. It's literally, they make very small, subtle changes each year. And the change this year was the XTS tuning system. That was the main change.
Right.
And I didn't think that it was going to be enough to really, move the needle for them and sell Hoyt bows. But that has been, I think, the most popular bow so far that's released.
Yeah. We've already sold like 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah.
And we've had a couple of custom orders that came in too, so it's awesome. Normally it's, I have to say it's normally Matthews that's like right out of the gate.
That's what I was referring to. Yeah, that's what I was.
Yeah.
I figured Matthews would have been more of a demand, but it seems like hasn't been for us.
Yeah, I mean, we have sold quite a few Matthews already, but it's not where we normally are. So it's a kind of a weird year for that. So, but
interesting.
I'm excited for it. I love Hoyt bows, especially the AX3 33. I was shooting that quite a bit the last couple of days, and I actually really enjoy the draw cycle on it. The bow feels really good post shot. Yeah, it's a great feeling bow. And normally I gravitate towards carbon bows, but like if I were to shoot Hoyt this year, I'd go with the AX3 33.
So I'm on board with that. I think Hoyt's aluminum bows they're awesome. They just feel really good. They hold really well. They're not overly heavy. They're not the lightest aluminum bows on the market. Right. But as far as like design and feel and grip, I think Hoyt aluminum bows just are fantastic shooting platforms. Yeah. They have some interesting new colors, which I really want to see. We haven't seen them yet. The Georgia clay.
Yeah, we haven't seen that one yet, and I know we have one coming, so I'm excited for that. From what I've seen in the pictures,
have a handful, I think.
Yeah, from what I've seen in the pictures, though, it looks like a sick color. I like it a lot.
It's interesting though, because I was kind of unsure how the public would receive it, and it's been received very, very well because it's red. It's a red bow essentially.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of guys out west getting the bows in that Georgia clay, which is I think kind of weird, but hey, you know, that's cool. Like I'm excited to see that color. That would be the color I would get, I think, if I shot a Hoyt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just different.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool.
But,
and then the topo that they're doing on the limbs as well. You can get the topo color or the topo lines on the limbs. That's another cool feature. I think.
It's pretty neat. I mean, just the customization you get. So when they first brought out the Sandstorm, which I called Sandstone in all of our videos that we did for Extreme Outfitters, it's Sandstorm.
Yes.
And the more I've seen it, the more it's grown on me because it's not too light. I think it's a really good looking color. So their color options this year, I think are pretty good. I think they did a really good job with it. Their Wilderness and then their Sandstorm are kind of the two that I gravitate towards.
Yeah. I love Wilderness. I'm a sucker for the greens.
I am too, dude. Green is like where it's at.
Yeah. The Sandstorm is almost like a mix between like buckskin and the bourbon almost. It's a lighter shade between those two is kind of what I'd call it.
Yeah, it's pretty close, I'd say. But yeah, I mean, that's the big change with the Hoyt bow, right? The XTS tuning system, that's the talking point for it. So far, I think it's been very well received from everybody. And I mean, you've got a lot of options with it. I'm hopeful that majority of these bows don't have to be shimmed.
Me too.
As far as going out, like setting them up for a customer, just because that shim is still kind of if the tool always breaks.
Yeah, it does.
The Hoyt tool always breaks when it comes to those. I mean, ours never have lasted.
Yeah.
And then you've got to try to hold those shims in there with like a little pick or something like that. And it's kind of a pain. But the system is tried and true. It's incredibly durable and robust. You can't break it.